He is in his first year as a head coach at Clarion University. Comes to us from Bethany University, or Bethany College, rather, down in West Virginia. That'll be the first of many things I screw up here tonight. Afrim Latifi, everybody. Afrim. Put that headset on behind you there, friend. I know that the good people of Bethany, West Virginia, like to make sure that their institution is referred to as a college and not a university. It's a very important point of procedure. Isn't that right?
That is correct.
I just totally made that up. And the fact that you agreed with me, I think, really says a lot about you. We are hazing you because you are the newest of our head coaches in the fall season, so we're making you go first. So we've completely disregarded any NCAA training we've received about hazing so far. But I promise you that we will take it easy on you tonight. So, Afrim, how about you tell some folks a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background, since you are one of the newest head coaches at Clarion University.
Yeah, so like you said, I started as a head coaching job at Bethany College last season and transitioned to here. But prior to that, I was as an assistant coach for a couple years at Gannon with the women's side. And then before that, I was a high school coach at Villamere Academy. And then prior to that, I was back at Gannon with the men's side as an assistant coach.
So you've been, I don't know if well-traveled is quite the word, but you've had a lot of experience in the soccer world, and in that time you've had the opportunity to develop your own philosophies about styles of play, about coaching. You've had a chance to work with different head coaches over the course of your time. Tell us a little bit about what is your philosophy, about how you construct a team, how that team goes about its business in practice or on the field of competition.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we do is our biggest kind of motto is to be better than yesterday and be better than tomorrow. And our whole philosophy is building leaders for the future and incorporating that through the training that we do and the experience I've had while coaching and playing at the PSAC level. So it's a player-centric philosophy that will incorporate a lot of self-motivation with our leadership and our coaching staff.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the leadership that you have that's already on the team. Obviously, you're in a unique situation where you have inherited a lot of players, players that you did not necessarily recruit, but I mean more from the standpoint of they're players that you're not really familiar with, and you're trying to adapt your coaching styles and your philosophies to some people that are already been in the college game, and likewise some freshmen as well. So talk a little bit about how that adaptation process has gone on.
Since coming in April, I think the girls have responded really well with my leadership and wanting to get the work done. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of work to be done, but at the same time, they've adapted that quickly, and they're improving each day. And just like I said, our biggest philosophy is be better than yesterday, and then we strive to be better than tomorrow. So they've really grasped that, and we're looking forward to our first game in a couple weeks.
Now, when did you have your first opportunity to work with this current group of players on the field? Was it this past spring when you were hired, or did you not really have the opportunity to work with them full-time until this past summer?
I had a few training sessions with them in spring, but it was just light training sessions to get them going, to see what we're at, to build the summer program, and then get them in the fall here in preseason. So ideally, August 19th was our first training session, seeing everyone together with the incoming class. So it's going to be an interesting year.
Well, and the reason I ask that is I want to know that when you're talking about some of these veteran players, these returning players, your first impression of being able to work with them, how do you feel they responded to the change that you've brought, and how do you feel that they'll adapt to what you want to do?
Every single player on the team is eager to learn, and they're willing to put the effort in, so that's all I can ask for at this time.
Again, you've got a lot of veterans coming back. Right off the top of my head, I'm thinking in goal, you've got Bridget Sturmel, and then up top, you've got some veteran pieces, people like Danny McNally, Juliana Ioko in the midfield. You have an all-conference defender in Alexis Moyer returning as well. So there is a core of some pieces that did some things very well for you, for this team last year and in years past. What does having those people bought in mean for this program?
That's just going to excel the program even faster. They're trusting the system. They're trusting the leadership. They're, like I said, they're eager to learn. They've gotten a lot more structure, a lot of discipline. A lot of changes have happened, and they've seemed to adapt really quickly and learn as fast as possible.
What do you think has been the biggest challenge for you since taking over this position? Maybe it's something on the field, maybe it's something off the field. But what has been the biggest thing for you that you've had to adapt to or learn or handle?
I would say just the different culture that was here before, trying to change that as quickly as possible. There's obviously going to be frustration at times, but I think the culture that the program had in the past was a challenge.
Now, you've had the opportunity to work with some of these freshmen that none of us have ever seen before, and you've had that benefit because you've had them in camp for the last however many weeks. Who is somebody that Clarion fans have not seen on the field before that is really going to surprise them or just be a pleasant addition to this program that we don't know about?
Yeah, so we have 12 incoming players. I might miss a few, but you know we're excited about their change into the college atmosphere, and going from high school to college is a little bit of structured change, and the physicality of the game is very different. So I think they're all going to adapt really well. There's going to be some standouts, and there's going to be some that are going to continue to grow as the program goes. The 12 freshmen that are coming in, we have Wendy from Clarion here. We have Abigail Sullivan, Katie Violi, Jordan. We have Kathy Lopez. I'm missing a few other players, but we're definitely gonna get those going.
Yeah, and I've got to think, too, when you have that many young players on a team that you're already sort of unfamiliar with, the other players, that's got to provide a little bit of challenges for the coach, maybe put a couple gray hairs in your head, trying to figure out how you're going to make it all work when it comes time to kick the season off.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully by November I won't have much hair up here, but no, it's a good thing to have at the end of the day. It makes my job a little bit harder, finding the right pieces to the puzzle, as I should say, and it's a good problem to have, that's for sure.
Well, your season's going to be starting here very shortly. Why don't you tell our fans when they're going to be able to watch this Golden Eagle soccer team take the pitch?
Well, our first game is September 7th. It's away at Ursuline College. And then we come home September 11th, play Slippery Rock. Currently, they're #1 seed in postseason polls. So that'll be a good game, a good test for us and what we're capable of doing for the whole year.
All right, folks, and you can catch Clarion Golden Eagle Wrestling on the Clarion Golden Eagle Vision app. I don't need to tell you what that is because you're probably watching this Coach's Show on that right now. If you're not, you can find that on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Roku, Apple, Android, and Jared, what am I missing? Amazon Fire TV. There we go. We got super producer Jared Sullenberger in the back. Johnny on the spot there with the last of our streaming platforms. But we're really excited about the upcoming season, Afrim, and we're really looking forward to seeing you taking the field with your new crop of players next week. It's September 7th, and then the week after that, September 11th. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Afrim Latifi, everybody.